This is why I think the commentary genre on YouTube has died. But before we get into this video, only a small percent of my viewers are actually subscribed. What? One of those people could be you. You won't want to be one of the only people who aren't subscribed to me who watch my videos, would you? So scroll on whatever device you're on right now and click that subscribe button. It's free and you can hold on to subscribe later. Enjoy this video. So as I said in the intro of this video, I think the genre of commentary videos, which is my favourite genre, has died. I think one of the big reasons it has died is because of the negative nature of the content, which means the people who often watched the content were negative, even if the content creator who was making the videos was just joking. A lot of these things I'm going to say in this video, I had thought about while watching the What's Good podcast with Imallexx. Imallexx is one of my favourite commentary YouTubers, but he doesn't really do commentary videos anymore. What I class as commentary videos is like talking about the new drama that Jake Paul got himself in or something, while also making jokes about it. I think there's a big difference between T channels, which are channels that a lot of the time don't even use their voice, but if they do, they just talk about the drama that happens and don't say their opinion, or a lot of their opinion. Rather than commentary channels, like the big ones that I started watching in like 2018, like Imallexx, Marriott, WIllNE and Memeulous, they say the drama and then they make jokes out of the drama and they also say their opinion. And the only person that I can say still does these commentary-esque videos with like making jokes out of other content creators, who's in like the Eboys group, even though RIP the Eboys, is Marriott. He now reacts to, he's now a song critic apparently. He now reacts to, like, I don't know, if Charlie D'Amelio posts a new song, he'll react to the song and take the piss out of the song while also saying criticisms for this song. So I think the big reason why these YouTubers have stopped making these videos is because of their audience. So a lot of the time in these videos, the content creator would be sending off another content creator. And then the people in the comment section, because the video type is kind of negative, I guess, the people who watch the videos would comment under and be like, oh, they should unalive and all these things. Which obviously is not what the content creator wanted and not what they meant. They were just making a couple jokes and normally at the end of the video giving their actual opinion. Also, YouTube stopped promoting this content because of the negative nature of the video. If you notice, those channels went down during the ad apocalypse. So if you don't know what the ad apocalypse is, it's basically this thing where everyone like worried about everything getting demonetized no matter what they spoke about at this point. And so a lot of people worried about that because that would take away their money that they earned from YouTube, which is a lot of people's jobs. And so a lot of these channels went down during the ad apocalypse, which was like in 2019 or 2018. I also think YouTube stopped promoting the content, as I said, because of the negative nature of the content and because the fans made it more negative than the actual creator. YouTube wouldn't want someone like, I don't know, Imallexx saying bad stuff about like Shane Dawson at the time. Because at the time, now this is very different, but at the time, Shane Dawson was like the golden boy of YouTube. Everyone loved him. So this is an example, but YouTube wouldn't want if like Imallexx said something bad about him because YouTube loved him. And that's the same with a lot of other creators. YouTube wouldn't want them to talk about creators that is good for their platform in a negative light. Also, YouTube drama became less and less of a drama and more of serious allegations and crime. So now when YouTube drama comes about, it always, nearly always, ends up in a serious allegation. For example, the whole Logan Paul thing in like 2017. That was not drama. You can't class that as a drama. It was just a thing, I guess. And I'm pretty sure he got like barred from Japan or something because it's crime there. As it kind of should be, right? It just became, from then on, more and more serious. You would get YouTubers being called out for messaging minors. YouTubers that get called out for doing other various things. And obviously a commentary YouTuber wouldn't want to sit down there and be like, okay guys, today I'm going to make jokes about someone who texts minors who's over the age of 18. Like, they can't, that's not really a thing that you can really make a lot of jokes about. Also, often the creator would have to be hypocritical to make videos about it. Complain about merch prices and then have merch themselves around the same price. So this is a big thing Imallexx kind of mentioned. If he would do a video where it'd be like, oh no, someone who went under heavy fire for selling stuff that was overpriced, it's like Zoella. And if he was to make a video on Zoella, which he didn't, I don't think, and be like, oh, her prices for advent calendar are bad. And at the end of the video, be like, oh, by the way, I have a clothing brand now, and it's like £50 a hoodie. And he says that now, running a clothing line, he understands why these things are so expensive, because you've got employees, you've got all these things that you have to pay. Also, he's kind of said, like, if someone came to him and was like, hey, want to sell this advent calendar, it's 50 grand even, you'd be like, oh yeah, sure. Because you want to sell the advent calendar and you want to get money. Because most people would take that opportunity. As I said earlier, the negative fans, but this time the fans of the creator being spoke about would not be very happy and would attack the YouTuber making the video. So for example, if Imallexx did a video talking about how WIllNE did this thing and ha 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 whatever, and then like WIllNE's fans would come into Imallexx's like comment section and be like, oh, this is a terrible, horrible person, you should unalive yourself, all these things. Obviously this hasn't happened, but yeah. The YouTubers would have to eventually talk about the same select people all the time, which got boring eventually. So as I said, with the serious allegations on YouTube now, there'd only be a small select of YouTubers who weren't in the serious allegations that they would have to talk about every single day. And these YouTubers did drama all the time. And most people they talked about would get into controversies on purpose so these community channels to speak about them, resulting in more attention to the person who's being made a video about. So for example, a big one I can say is like, I don't know, Gabbie Hanna or something. Lots of people don't like that. I don't really have an opinion on her, but she would maybe continue making these quote-unquote mistakes, so I know WIllNE would make a video on her or something, which would result in more attention, which is what these people thrive on. As I said earlier, these videos were very humor-based, which means it was very hard to tell if, from the viewer's point of view, when something being said was a joke or satire. In these videos a lot, especially in the British side of things, our humor is just different, right? It's just different. And even some other British people don't get it. So, if, once again, the Imallexx situation, because I've watched the What's It podcast on him, so he's the one I can speak on the mic. If he was making fun of someone, and it was jokes, and it was like, oh, look at them doing this thing, and then like he would often go and do that thing as a joke, and then at the end of the day, when he said his real opinion on the situation, the fans didn't know if he was joking or if that's his actual opinion, because the video was just very all over the place with the jokes. Also, the creators who were making this video, the job was literally looking at negativity all day, which can be draining mentally.